Good evening, everybody, and a very, very big welcome to all of you. It's fantastic to see so many of you here tonight, and I'm sure you will have a very good evening indeed. I want to talk to you for just a few minutes about the social justice programme here at Dartington, one of 3 programmes. The other 2 are in the arts and sustainability, and in fact many of you may have been to the previous dinners on just that subject. And I want to tell you specifically about one of the newer pieces of work we're doing, the Abundant Life Project. But let's start by thinking about our own lives, because every one of us here tonight will know someone, a relative, a friend, a work colleague, or even ourselves, who has had real struggles in their lives. Parents who died when they were children, people whose lives fell apart because of mental ill health, people whose lives were blighted by physical disability, people who ended up in public care or in prison, people who seemed to live on the margins with no work and no purpose, people whose lives seem to ebb away as they become older and less mobile. These are everyday miseries which affect every part of our society and worm their way into the lives of us all. But it needn't be that way. Inequalities in our society are greater than ever before, and young people in Britain today are more unhappy than their peers in any other developed country. Those 2 things are linked, and it needn't be like that. None of us want it, and the Social Justice Programme at Dartington is here to explore those challenges, identify and test out new ways to address the issues, and promote real thought and debate. Some of you will be sitting here and thinking, well, what's social justice? Well, there are loads of definitions. Let's take just 3. Social justice is about preventing human rights abuses and ensuring adherence to international law. Yes, absolutely. Another, social justice is a concept that some use to describe the movement towards a socially just world. In this context, social justice is based on the concept of human rights and the rigging of equality. Yes. And a third, social justice is about fighting poverty amongst our most disadvantaged. I could go on and on. There are so many definitions of one of our very biggest challenges. But the challenge, I think, for all of us here at Dartington and here in this room is to act. And that is what Dartington is committed to doing. We start with the values of Dartington. There are just 3 of them. The first is to be absolutely passionate about what we do, to do it because it's worth doing and worth doing fantastically well. The second is to have real independence of mind, and that is a rare commodity today. Most of our work in social justice to date has involved working with very big organisations like local authorities who are absolutely not allowed to have the independence of mind that Dartington provides here, and who welcome the opportunity to work with an organisation that positively fosters independence of mind and independence of spirit. And the third value is that we should be respectful of all. Of course we should hold strong views, of course we should be passionate about what we do, but we should be respectful of everybody around us and their opinions, and we might even learn something along the way. And within the social justice programme, as I think across the whole of Dartington, we work in 3 ways. Firstly, through education, the kind of projects that Ben just told you about, and which there's quite a lot of information about in the packs that you've been given. Research in practice for adults. Research in practice about children, research in practice for adults, it's about adults, and it's all about trying to help make sure that those people who work most closely with disadvantaged and vulnerable people really are able to use research well, to make sure that they have the kind of knowledge that you would expect any professional there helping you to have, to be more than your friendly good neighbour, but to bring real expertise and up-to-date knowledge to the difficult work that they are trying to do. And the Centre for Excellence and Outcomes in Children and Young People Services, a name definitely dreamt up by a committee in government, and which we call C4EO, We are one of 4 core partners in delivering that government programme. And we're the only non-London partner, and we're the smallest of the partners, and we're proud of both those things. And we know that we were chosen to do that work because of the absolute commitment we have to making a difference to people working at the sharp edge. The second way in which we work is through experiment or demonstration projects. You're going to hear in a minute from Matt Griffiths about the new School for Social Entrepreneurs that we've started here. Definitely a new experiment, a new demonstration project, and I'll tell you a little bit more about the Abundant Life project. We're also beginning to work to help those coming out of prison develop the work and life skills they need so much if their lives to improve. And I think that those are the kind of projects which will challenge us all. They will challenge us here in Dartington, and they will challenge our friends in the local community. They will challenge all of us to do more than say, what a good idea, because what needs to follow next is, and here is the right place to do it. And the third way in which we work is through thought and debate, in all sorts of ways, in very earnest ways, in more convivial ways. I hope tonight will be one of those more convivial ways. I hope that many of you will return on the 1st of December for our Dartington debate that we're running together with tomorrow's people on work and worklessness. But information on all of that is in your packs. So a little bit about the Abundant Life project. For those of you who haven't heard of it, this is our aspiration to build a place here at Dartington based around the school at Foxhole, which is on the edge of Dartington Village, where older people can live in later life. A few facts about that. Already 1 in 5 people in the southwest is over the age of 65, and soon 1 in 4 of us will be. There's a greater percentage of older people in the southwest than in any other part of the country. There are already more people over the age of 65 than there are under 16. Sometimes people say to us, this is about ghettos, this is just about old people. But actually, this provision will be for people aged 55 and over. And when you know that there are 10,000 people in this country over the age of 100, you can pretty quickly work out that we're talking about 3 generations of people. So we're not talking about ghettos, we're not talking about a small group, we're talking about a significant number of our community. And when you know too that over half of those aged 75 and over live alone, with just over 1 million people in this country saying that they always or often feel lonely, you begin to question this idea that everybody would be happier living where they are living right now. Particularly when you know that nearly half of all older people consider the TV to be their main form of company. Salutary findings that I think make us all feel there've got to be better ways to think about older age. And what we want to achieve for some of these people is just for some older people. It's adding to the range of choice. It's allowing people to choose the kind of life that they would like to live. But the 3 things we want to achieve in this project are firstly to create an opportunity for a life that is active, healthy, and full of purpose. Secondly, to enable people to have their own homes, sure that the high quality support that they might need as they grow older is available for them when they need it. And thirdly, to create an opportunity for older people to share their skills and knowledge, something that we do not use well enough at all, and for our project to add facilities, opportunities and employment to the local community. And our next steps, just 3 of them. Firstly, to promote really active involvement in the thinking and delivery of this project. We've gone out very early. We've had our first big consultation session in Totnes. We're planning to have 3 more in Kingsbridge, Ivybridge and Newton Abbot, hopefully before the end of December. If you haven't seen it, we've got quite a number of website pages. We've already got nearly 300 people have registered their interest on there. The substantial number of them, the majority of them, have registered to say that they would like to live there. But people have registered for all sorts of other reasons, because they want to volunteer, because they have skills to offer, and so on. We're also beginning to explore who might be our development partners. We've got the values, we have the aspiration, we have the place, we have the connections, which everything that Dartington has to offer, but we also want the expertise of people who really know about creating and building these kind of places. And thirdly, we want to get going. Anybody in this room who knows how long it takes to get these projects off the ground will know that at best we're talking about 4 years hence. We don't think we need to wait for some of those things. We'd like to get community gardens going. We'd like to get learning opportunities for older people going as well. We're committed to making sure that the small businesses that are already on the site can continue to be there, that we have a genuinely mixed community. And we'd like support, of course, in doing this. If you're interested in doing this, and I know that there are people in this room who've already approached us and offered their help, then do get involved, as many of you as possible, because I think in that way, together, we can make sure that this part of the country, and maybe beyond that, is a better place for everybody. Thank you.